So here are the Air Jordans dropping in the month of November. Let me know what you do plan on grabbing. So first up, we got the Air Jordan 4 Pure Platinums releasing on November 1st for a retail price of $160, and this will be a kids exclusive. Now, this Air Jordan 4 is taking some luxurious style, basically, giving kids a more luxurious look to this particular Air Jordan right here. Of course, with the sleek down black leather, of course, the more kind of like grayish upper. You do have some hints of that metallic gold on here, which is featured on the tongue, it's featured on the insole, and it is featured on the back tab. So, this is a dope shoe as far as, for some of the smaller sizes, of course, but for the most part, I will say that this isn't a bad shoe. But if you are a fan of Air Jordan 4, seeing how Air Jordan 4 is a popular silhouette right now, let me know how you feel about this particular pair right here. Catch these dropping November 1st, and the retail price point will be $160. Following up to that, we got the Air Jordan 14 Black Toes releasing November 2nd for a retail price of $210 in men's sizing and $150 in grade school sizing. Now, these right here were originally expected to release on November 23rd, but of course they did get pushed up. Y'all know a lot of things happen with a bunch of these releases. So as far as this pair right here, if you don't know, this is one of the original colorways of the Air Jordan 14 that originally released back in 1998. Then we had that 2006 release, of course, which was a bit different because it featured the ribbing on the base. Then we had the 2014 retro, which was the last time we seen this shoe, and they did those close to the OGs, just like how they did this particular pair. And honestly, y'all, I will say that these right here are mandatory. Like, I love the way that they did these. Like, these right here is basically the same as the 2014s. And I mean, if you do have the 2014s, let me know if this is a pair that you do plan on grabbing, or are your 2014s still holding up. But these right here, Air Jordan 14s, are very much, it's a sneaker that doesn't get too much attention. So I definitely will say I see myself going after these. Y'all know I love the OGs. And I do feel like these right here, seeing how Air Jordan 14s, when they do make them, they don't make a lot of them. So I definitely could see these right here not sitting for too long. But I definitely will be going after these. So if you are a fan, catch these dropping November 2nd for a retail price of $210. Following up to that, we got the Air Jordan 4 Fears dropping November 9th for a retail price of $215, and this will be available in full family sizing. Now, this was a shoe that originally released back in 2013, and it was part of the Fear Pack, which also featured the 3s and the 5s, of course. Now, what's crazy is last year we got the 3s. This year we are getting the 4s. So could we potentially get the 5s for next year? I mean, who knows, because 2025 is already stacked. But as far as these right here, they do have that updated Air Jordan 4 shape, which, is very comfortable. Now, that isn't to say that every Air Jordan 4 that does feature this shape will be comfortable, but I definitely, will say that this Air Jordan 4 right here, I'm here for it. I need these. And of course, it's one of those classics, of course, and I don't know if it's going to feature that, all-time classic quote that MJ, spoke about in the Be Legendary campaign back in 2008, which is also featured on the box. So I'm not sure if it's going to feature it on the insole. I mean, it did feature it on the 2013 pair. But these Air Jordan 4 Fears, definitely a classic, and I definitely will be adding these to the collection. So if you are a fan, catch these dropping November 9th, and the retail price point will be $215. Next up, we got the Air Jordan 11 Bread Velvets releasing on November 11th for a retail price of $230, and this will be a women's exclusively in women's sizing. Now, as far as these right here, y'all, this is basically the OGs with the twist. This is basically the Bread 11s. Instead of having that patent leather, they basically swapped it out for this velvet, of course. And in my opinion, y'all, I will honestly take this colorway over the Midnight Navies that we got back in 2022. I mean, this is basically, the OG color block. And once again, just swapping out that leather for, that velvet. But for the most part, I'm cool on these, I'm not mad at the colorway. I do like the way that these look on feet, They do have some more, dope features. And of course, y'all know when it comes to women's exclusives, they like to add a more luxurious feel. So we do got leather on, the base, you do kind of have more like a embossed Jumpman. You do have the red lace tips on these. So, a few subtle differences from the OGs. But y'all, these right here, these are nice, man. And I definitely do think that, I will see some men and women going after this particular pair right here. So if you are a fan, these will be dropping on November 11th, and the retail price point will be $230. Next up, we got the Travis Scott Jumpman Jack TR Dark Mochas releasing on November 13th for a retail price point of $200. Now, these were originally expected to drop on October 4th. And when it comes to this particular colorway, y'all, as far as like the Travis Scotts, like this is another mocha colorway added on to, just a different silhouette, of course. And I want to say they released about 2 pairs of the Jumpman Jacks before. Maybe it's more, I don't know. But I know there was like a white pair that had kind of like a brown gum bottom, and I believe it had mocha in it as well. And then you had kind of like another all white pair that had like black in it with like a red swoosh. So I believe those are the 2 that did release. But when it comes to these, I mean, they not bad, y'all. And I mean, as far as like Travis Scott, these definitely gonna do what they do. And what's crazy is I do feel like a lot of Travis Scotts have been hard to obtain as of late. So I don't know what's to come to it when it comes to this particular pair right here. But if you are a fan and you do want to grab these, catch them dropping on November 13th for a retail price point of $200. Following up to that, we got the Air Jordan 9 Olives releasing on November 16th for a retail price of $210. And these will be available in full family sizing. Now, of course, if y'all don't know, this is the OG colorway of the Air Jordan 9s. And when it comes to these right here, y'all, I honestly think that these will do a lot better than the Air Jordan 9 Powder Blue, simply because I feel like it's the colorway. It's the olive colorway, it definitely, has more attention to it than the Air Jordan 9 Powder Blues. And also, I feel like it might be because these have the 23 on the back, and a lot of people wasn't feeling the 2024 OG pair of the Air Jordan 9 Powder Blues not having that 23. But one thing I will say, y'all, is although this is the olive 9s, the colorway is very much off. It's not more so that olive colorway. It's more so that, brownish fall time colorway. I mean, which is, dope because we are in fall time. But I do feel like if you're going to bring something true to OG, you got to make it true to OG. And this is just not the OG colorway. They have, brown instead of that olive. I just wish that these would have went true to OG, in my opinion, as far as the color blocking. We should have gotten olive, but, I'm not here to complain. I still will be copping these come release day, or maybe I might wait till these go on sale, because y'all know we last seen these back in 2012, and now I feel like since we getting these, they need to go ahead and release that dark charcoal pair. But if you are expecting these and you will be going after these on release day, that day will be November 16th, and the retail price point will be $200. Following up to that, this one is going to be big, and that is the Air Jordan 3 Black Cements. These will be releasing on November 23rd for a retail price point of $220, and they will be available in full family sizing. So that does mean that grade school, I believe, will be 160 or maybe 150. I believe preschool will be 95 or maybe 90, and I believe toddler sizing will be 75. So I will put all of the prices down below. But this one right here, this is definitely a number 1 on my list to cop for the month of November. And what's crazy is I've been hearing and I've been seeing a lot of commotion when it comes to this particular Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, simply because I feel like most people aren't rocking with it because of the quality. Some people say it reminds them of the Air Jordan 3 Green Glows. But y'all, I can't necessarily go off of pictures. I can't necessarily go off of on feeds unless I personally have the shoe in hand, and that is what I need to actually give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions. But these right here nonetheless are a cop. I know for some of you guys it may be a double up, some of you it may be triple up worthy, because this may be a lot of people's favorite Air Jordan 3 of all time. And no matter how many times they release the black cement 3s, yeah, these right here, I feel like this is going to be the most people's number one shoe when it comes to the month of November, man. But if you are a fan and you are looking forward to this particular pair right here, hopefully we all able to get them, because these will be released in November 23rd in full family sizing for that retail price point of $220. And lastly, we got the Air Jordan 1 Low Game Royals releasing on November 30th for a retail price point of $140. Now, it seems that these were originally expected to release on November 2nd, of course, but dates do get pushed around. Now, these, of course, we last seen back in 2018, of course, as the highs. Now, there's mainly two differences with this shoe, which aren't major, of course, which is the midsole on these will be coming, you know, in that age midsole, and on the highs, they had an all-white midsole. Then on the highs, they did have a black tongue, and on these, they will have a white tongue. So just two subtle different changes, not anything big. But when it does come to these right here, y'all, I will say that as far as a lot of the Air Jordan 1 lows that they have been dropping as of late, I have been a fan of. And I think it's more so for me because of the shape. They decided to change that shape from some of the previous Air Jordan 1 low models that we have been getting. And if you guys did watch my Air Jordan 1 low Mocha review, then you do know that that is my favorite Air Jordan 1 low this year, 2024. But these right here, I definitely could see myself grabbing, but I just feel like I wouldn't go ahead and spend that retail. I would definitely wait till these go on sale. I definitely could see them going on sale. I mean, a lot of the Air Jordan 1 lows have went on sale as of late, or some are still going at retail, but this is one that I could definitely see myself picking up, you know, when that sale does come. So for the most part, these right here are a cop, but once again, definitely will be grabbing them once they hit that sale tag. So let me know if you do plan on going after these. They will be dropping November 30th for a retail price point of $140. With that being said, guys, let me know down in the comment section below which of these Air Jordans you do have on your list to cop for the month of November, man. And if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you want to stay updated within the sneaker community as far as these monthly videos, as far as what's to come within these next few months leading into 2025, any other sneaker information that I do get that I will update you guys with, then hit that big subscribe button, guys. It is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I love and appreciate you guys. Reach for the stars, sky's the limit, and we out.